Hey guys, welcome back to 5 nothing 100 nothing.com. I am Fugit, and that stands for the fittest underdog, easy for me to say, the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. And today, guys, simple title, simple topic, get your shit together. Okay? Now, life brings ups and downs. It brings stressful days. It brings days that are just the same old, and it just feels like it's Groundhog's Day, And, but there's times where, like, for instance, today is Sunday afternoon, and, unless you've got, like, family commitments or things that you have to work on the weekend, what have you, but if you're a normal, average week person has a normal job, you probably have Sundays off. So what happens is that a lot of us tend to just, we know what we got to do, or we don't have a plan to take care of the things we need to do. And then what happens is when you put things off, they end up piling up. And before you know it, when times get crazy and, it's the middle of the work week, or all of a sudden there's unexpected demands on your time, or maybe a friend has a need, or what have you, a lot of things pop up in life. All of a sudden, you don't have time to get things done, and you feel overwhelmed and stressed, and then that's when you start to, not be able to take care of the things that you need to, right? So, for instance, again, being Sunday, there's a lot of time, generally, if you don't have any commitments, to take care of stuff. So, the biggest thing you got to do is really just avoid the Netflix and escapism type stuff. Cleaning out your DVR is not necessarily a priority, and you just need to really just take care of some shit. So the best way to do that is first off to acknowledge that you have things that you got to do, and you might just feel overwhelmed because there's so much to do. But the best thing you can do is make a list. First, if you just take a pen and paper and or your smartphone and just start to write things down. Think about it, look around, get inspired, look at maybe some old post-it notes or to-do lists that you've had, or think about things that you've wanted to get done and either you haven't started because it's overwhelming or you just couldn't find the time. So it's amazing when you make a list and then you start to check things off and you all of a sudden start to get inspired. It's like a steamroller, and all of a sudden you start knocking out your list and you feel accomplished. And it's also, like I said, going to relieve a lot of stress, because if you're proactive and you get things done and front load your week and take care of business, then you're going to be able, when you're being proactive, when that's done, to be reactive to whatever life brings your way, whatever little fires need to be put out or little emergencies. So here's just a few things that you guys can think about when you're making your list. Think about, are my bills paid? Assuming you have the money to pay them, do you have them organized? Have you written checks or done the automatic deductions or whatever you have to do, to get that done, instead of letting things lapse and then you have incurred late fees, etc. Organize your closets. A lot of times, a lot of us have a ton of extra stuff that we never wear, we don't need, or just stuff is everywhere. And it's everything has its, if you have everything in its proper place, it's a lot easier to find when you need that particular item, like work clothes. And I knew somebody that used to organize everything by color, and I thought that was a little insane. But if you have dressier clothes, have them on this side of the closet. Your workout clothes or your lounging clothes, have them here, etc. Going through your sock drawer, do you have all your socks matching? Do they have holes in them? Those things need to go. New socks aren't that expensive, and it's the worst thing is if you go over somebody's house and you take your shoes off and then realize you wore the socks that had a hole in it, right? Or if you're in the dating world and you have those nasty underwear that need to be replaced, that have holes in it or worn, get rid of that stuff, throw it out and get some new stuff. So that being said, I'm going to say just throw out that dirty or old underwear. Hopefully it's not dirty, just old. Might look dirty, but donate clothes, things you're not wearing anymore. A lot of people tell me, if you haven't worn it in a year or used it in a year, get rid of it, donate it, sell it, what have you. do those things. And it's amazing. You've got to do it when you're in a mood to throw things out or get rid of it. You have to be in this real purge mood and have that attitude. And you won't miss it. A lot of times I know when I'm donating or throwing things away or giving things away, I need to be in a mood, and I've very rarely, if ever, regretted getting rid of things. Usually there's a real sense of a relief when you really streamline and get rid of things and that you're not really using anymore. And especially if you can give it to a friend or donate it to charity and take a tax write-off, then you're better off for that. So looking at your laundry, is your laundry all done for the week? Did you get things done? Clothes you need for the next day, clothes you need to pack for the gym, what have you. It sounds like little things, but when you think about it and you wake up in the morning, let's say you slept through your alarm, and all of a sudden you don't have things laid out for the next day, you're screwed, and you're like picking and choosing at stuff, and you're in a flustered state in the morning, and that's just a terrible way to start your day. Did you get in the gym? Do you have a plan to get in the gym this week? Do you have your days figured out that you're going to be in the gym? Do you have a workout plan? Do you know what you're going to be doing? How much time you're going to be in the gym? Stuff out. The other thing is, let's say you're not happy with your job, and you, or maybe you don't have a job, but you're like constantly complaining, or with regards to like a job or job hunting, maybe you need to update your resume. Life gets busy, and before you know it, maybe you're wanting to upgrade with your skill set to another job, or you're not happy and you're looking elsewhere. Freshen up your resume, clean it up a little bit, figure out what the latest ways of writing your resume is. If things have been updated, say you haven't been in the job market in 10 years, I guarantee there's little tweaks to your resume that you can make, especially with the skills maybe you've acquired or your experience that you've had over time. So have that resume freshened up, not necessarily that you're going job hunting now, but it's always good to kind of have that ready in case something happens, God forbid, right? Returning calls, emails, or text messages. How many of us, it just, etiquette with those things seems to be falling by the wayside more and more, where, they say that most people see a text sent within 3 minutes, but how many times have you either been the person who doesn't return a text for a few days, or maybe someone hasn't returned your text, and it's kind of annoying. We want people to forgive us when we forget, but we don't usually forgive that easy, depending on your personality. I tend to be pretty laid back with that stuff, but anyways, I don't expect a lot of people, and they usually deliver. For everyone I know, there is nobody in particular any of this is aimed at. So FYI, I love you all. You're great in your own way. And I'm perfect, so I don't know what you would have against me. Going back to something else, selling shit that you aren't using anymore, we talked about that, but, there's something, I have right now 3 laptops, and 2 of them I know work. The other one, I have no idea. I'm locked out of it. But get rid of those things. You're not using it. I've got, I think, 5 iPhones right now. They're basically older models, and I'm kind of hanging on to them unless I got the right price by the right buyer. But I feel like those are going to be collector's items in a few years. But if somebody, or if I found a decent buyer, or got them, could sell them at a good price, I'd get rid of it, because it's just taking up space. I don't want to go rent a storage unit and all this extra stuff. Just get rid of stuff. Get rid of it. Sell it. Give it away. Give it away now. Give it away. Give it away now. Anyways, how about cleaning your car? I recently got rid of my old car and picked up a newer car, or a better car, I should say. It's actually an older car, but it's a much better car, and it's got leather seats. So I went and researched and got some good leather conditioner, because I know when the summer sun hits it, it could potentially crack the leather, and I don't want it to look worn and faded. So I went and picked up some conditioner, and I had a little bit of free time, so I went out and just really reconditioned it, and then passed on some of this, the knowledge and some of the conditioner, to a friend who also has leather seats and actually the same kind of car. And so she can, take care of hers as well. I offered to do it, but she wouldn't take me up on that. So I just have too much energy, and I was trying to get rid of some of it. And then last thing, you guys, is grocery shopping. I think it's one of my pet peeves, because for years now, since I was an overweight kid and young adolescent or young adult, I was overweight, and I would always just eat everything, eat whatever. And I love junk food, and I love fast food and all that. And I think when life gets busy, it's very easy, especially if that's your lifestyle, to just always eat out. But I don't know if people necessarily always just want to eat out as much as it's just easy, because it's easier than trying to prepare a meal. Well, do some meal prep. Get to the grocery store. Shop for the week. If you're buying vegetables and you say that you don't eat enough fruit or vegetables, a lot of times when you buy it, it'll just sit in the bags, and it takes time to cut, wash it off, and then store it in either Ziploc bags or in storage containers. But make it as easy and dummy down as you can. Cut up vegetables, put fruit in bowls, and if you're going to have chicken for dinner when you get home, let it marinate. And then when you know that food's in at least halfway prepped state, and you're on your way home from work and you're thinking, oh, I'll just stop at the drive-thru. Well, knowing that you've got this chicken or steak or whatever marinating, or in a crock pot or what have you, you're less likely to stop off or order a pizza, because you don't want that food to go to waste. So you kind of back yourself into a healthy corner, so to speak, and then you're going to end up eating what you said you were going to eat. It's going to save you some money. You've already saved time by doing some preparation in advance, and you're going to be healthier for it, and those abs are going to be popping, because, guys, it's almost summer friggin' time. So Fugit is going to be ready. Fugit is ready now, actually, for summer, but I didn't shave my chest, so I'm not showing my abs right now. Anyways, you guys, that's about it. Just, get your shit together. You're worth it. Act like it. And get ahead, you guys. It's still relatively early on Sunday. You can get a lot done. I'm uploading this video shortly, so hopefully it inspires some of you. Leave me a comment. Send me a message. Let me know if you'd like to talk further about it, if you'd like to have a topic discussed on the show, or if you just would like to consult with me, etc., or train with me. So, guys, 5nothing100nothing.com. Like, share, subscribe. Have a great rest of the weekend.